As we take a look at some of the matches from the recent past, but you're getting a chance to see them for the first time. We'll see Conan Chris Walker take on Wild Bill Irwin in what I remember to be quite a wild bout, and you'll want to stay tuned for that one. We'll see the Patriot take on the big Tugster, Tug Taylor, in this edition on Supercard. We'll see the Maulers, except back then they were known as the Royal Family, as they go against the team of Terry Garvin and Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger. Also on this edition, Nature Boy Buddy Landell goes against Brian Adias. We'll see Gorgeous Gary Young against Hot Body Randy Rhodes, and a lot more. We get the action underway with a man from south of the border, El Grande Coloso, as he takes on the youngster from Los Angeles, California, Chaz. A lot of great action, the Patriot, the Royal Family, and many others still to come today on Supercard. Stay tuned. We begin the action next.
It swept the country like a plague. Thousands of helpless teenagers trapped in a dull, drab world of colorless video games. But there is hope. Color? Introducing Game Gear from Sega, the full-color portable video game system that separates the men from the boys. Game Gear from Sega.
A mountain man. A true mountain man lives a solitary life, living for nothing more than an honest day's work and the rugged companionship of his fellow mountain men. It's a full-time job, but it does have its rewards, like smooth bush beer and easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains. Because once a mountain man has his mountains, what more could he possibly want?
Well, I understand you like the spotlight, don't you?
I live in the spotlight. It's hard, but somebody's got to do it, you know?
In the ring, it's Chaz against El Grande Coloso. And Chaz with some nice moves. The light heavyweight taking the bigger Mexican down to the canvas.
I can't even keep up with it. It's way too fast for me. All I know is they might be good, but they're no Buddy Landell.
Now, what do you think? I don't think you quite meet the light heavyweight requirements, but what do you think of the light heavyweight division?
I have 2 or 3 for breakfast, a couple for lunch.
No. What do you think of the wrestling in the light heavyweight division?
I think it's pretty tough, man. Those guys, like I said, they're no Buddy Landell. I'm tongue-tied out here, man. All the girls are sitting over here waving at me.
Oh, cross body block. 1, 2 as Chaz taking the measure, and I think they might have been yelling at that move there. I wasn't sure that the yells were directed at you.
I thought they were saying, I love you, Nature Boy Buddy Landell.
Maybe I need my miracle air checked. Well, El Grande Coloso.
You know, I've wrestled in about every major organization there is, and I'm glad to be here in ESPN, a place where you can get to the top by being talented. You understand what I'm saying? A little curveball there. If any of you Johnny Benches are out there, you might be able to pick that up.
Chaz having problems with the Mexican star. The clothesline takes the light heavyweight down from Los Angeles, California. Do you take many trips to California?
Just to visit my many palatial estates. That's about it, you know.
Your West Coast one is out there.
Well, you know, Daddy.
A little punishment right to the sternum there. That can take the wind out of you. Coloso with a handful of hair takes Chaz into the corner. I think he's going to work on the wind.
I got together with this kid in the mask back there in the back. I said, look, babe, you're looking real good. Don't let nobody tell you different, but let me give you a few pointers, and I'll be darned if he ain't doing it. He looks good, don't he?
He didn't tell you he doesn't speak English, did he?
Is that why he kept on saying, see, whatever? Gotcha.
Well, you must have taught him something right, because he seems to be getting the best of young Chaz. Count of 2, but Chaz kicks out.
Well, don't count Chaz out. I've been watching this kid. He's a smart kid. He's upcoming in the ranks. Maybe one day he'll get good enough to have a match at the Nature Board.
One day may come sooner than you think. Coloso with a shortcut from the Buddy Landell School of Wrestling, but a very nice belly-to-belly suplex.
I told him that not 10 minutes ago. I love it. I could have executed it just a little bit better, though. I have to work on that with that kid when I get back there.
Coloso with a boot to the head.
I thought he was trying to help him up.
That's the weirdest way of helping a man up I've ever seen. Draped over the middle rope is Chaz. And now a tour of the top rope. Also a move probably taught by you.
I never used the top rope.
Really?
That's pretty cut and dry, wasn't it? No, I prefer to keep mine right in the middle of the ring. Pretty scientific.
Well, Coloso doing just that. Nice side suplex there. As now the aerial tactics. Aero Mexico, and this one is slightly off schedule.
Nobody's home.
I thought this was your favorite pupil, though.
That does look good, don't he?
Chaz takes Coloso. Over the top goes the bigger man. Chaz once again. This time the reversal by Coloso. Duck under. Nicely done. Bulldog. And now Chaz to the outside. Well done. Off the top rope. Count of one, count of two, count of three. Hasta la vista.
Could have never happened to me in a million years.
What's in the name depends on who you are.
At Brown Motors, service is a big part of it.
Chris Walker getting set to face the challenge of Wild Bill Irwin if he can ever get into the ring. Craig Johnson here at the Global Dome with my guest color commentator, the nature boy of the 90s, Buddy Landell.
That's right. You know, Wild Bill's from the old school. He's getting ready to take his kid all the way to the limit. He's going to teach him a good lesson. He's giving him a chance right now to back out, if you can notice. He had a little something on his chest, and Bill just went to go knock it off.
Well, I think that Mr. Walker's ready for the challenge with a series of chops 3 times, and then hip tosses him out.
With a whole handful of trunks.
Series of chops once again on the forearm, and this time Irwin gets the boot up.
I love it.
Well, now as Buddy Landell said, the lesson has begun, I guess.
Well, I told Bill back there a little bit, Bill, you're good, babe. You need to be a little bit more aggressive.
I don't know how you can get much more aggressive when you talk about Wild Bill Irwin.
By watching Nature Boy Buddy Landell do it.
Talking about a man who has held tag team titles in the NWA, the AWA, and world-class wrestling. Bill Irwin.
Oh, I thought you was talking about me.
I don't think so. Walker reverses. And now it's Irwin getting the worst of it. Walker. Now, who's going to school now, buddy?
Well, Bill's just biding his time, letting this boy grab a little arm. That ain't nothing. That don't mean he's going to win the match.
Pacing himself, right?
Exactly. Like a true seasoned veteran he is.
Well, Walker may give up a little bit of an advantage in experience. As you mentioned, Irwin from the old school. Walker.
Yeah, it's a lot to none. Every so often, I'll come up with something humorous like that.
Just going for a line of the week.
Chris Walker, he's got a great body, man, but like I said before, and I'll say it again, $1 million body and a 10-cent brain.
And there's a handful of hair by Wild Bill Irwin, sending Walker into the corner, following up with a clothesline.
Love it. Come on, Bill.
No cheering from the press area.
Oh, okay.
Irwin picks him up, sets him down, but look who's got the pin. 1, 2. Walker almost surprised the Wild One.
What a cheater that Walker is, ain't he?
We are watching.
You figure a guy that's built like a, you figure a guy that has a body like that could at least get out there and use some scientific moves.
I think when Wild Bill Irwin is in a match, you don't see too many scientific. Now, you're a commentator. Don't be getting involved in this.
I was just going to help him up in the ring.
Musclehead, the words used by Bill Irwin in describing Chris Walker.
He ain't going to get up unless Bill lets him up. That's right, Bill. That's right, Bill. That's good, Bill. Yes, sir, I do. Just like I showed him, too. You're great, Bill, but not as good as me.
Well, Nature Boy Buddy
Bill,
Landell.
give him one of them pretty boots, Bill. Give him one of them pretty boots, Bill.
Are you chairman of the Wild Bill Irwin fan club?
No, but he's the president of mine, and I try to keep him lifted up as much as possible. Good, Bill. You're doing great, buddy. Not as good as me, though, you redneck. Anyway. I have no friends.
Adventures in Broadcasting, courtesy of Nature Boy Buddy Landell, is right now the man.
Buddy and Craig's Bogus Adventure.
Rear chin lock.
See, Bill, right now, if he wanted to, he could put the kid to sleep. He's taking it easy on him, man. He's biding his time, playing with him. He's toying with the boy's emotions.
Irwin sends Walker, goes up, side suplex. Almost.
That's it right there. Good night.
Well,
Walker had a whole handful of his hair back there pulling.
you counted 3 before the referee got to 2. Irwin quite upset as he...
That's right, Bill. Do the way I showed you to do. That's right. That's right, Bill.
I didn't realize we gave you the cheerleader's megaphone.
I told Bill to hook that leg when you go to cover, see?
Oh, now we see the secret to life. Going back to work on that neck. Walker with about a size 18 or 19 neck. You don't get shirts that fit that naturally. Works on those bridges. And definitely has gone to work on the trapezius muscles, and now using his biceps and triceps.
See,
once again, the shortcut.
There you have it. Chris Walker's clumsy, tripped over his own feet.
Oh, my.
See, Chris Walker definitely had the advantage there because, you know, the bad breath blowing in Bill's face. All he could do was... It was do or die is what I'm trying to say, Craig.
Buddy Landell obviously using his own monitor that's already been edited for his viewing. Once again, a test of strength. Walker pulls over Wild Bill Irwin, although Irwin tried to get a hold of the hair. Walker's had about enough. Sends him in, clothesline.
That was a decent clothesline, but I doubt very seriously he could do that to me.
How about one of those? Flying drop kick by Conan Chris Walker. 2 times as James Beard could not get out of the way.
Chris Walker knocked that referee down on purpose.
Irwin going over to get Old Faithful. Hits Walker
with a beautiful executed clothesline. What do you mean ring the bell?
James Beard saw the whip in the ring, and now he's whipping him. Here comes the Patriot. The Patriot chases Wild Bill out of the ring. The Patriot saving the day.
He's probably a criminal or something, the way that he's got his head all covered up there. Get it, Bill!
Let's get out of this situation. The Patriots saving the day.
That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I use the term very loosely for you people, too. From now on, when you see Wild Bill Irwin in the ring, you know that the whip is going to come into action, and little pukes like you aren't going to be standing real close to me, are you?
Do you see Chris Walker as a threat? Is that why you can't beat the man 1, 2, 3? Instead, try to beat him with a whip?
Tonight was just a little something for my fans. They wanted me to beat up on the musclehead, so I did.
Let's get out of this.
Hey, and as far as it goes, he can't beat me. He can't beat anybody. And then for the Patriot, you know, you wear some nice colors. You have a nice outfit. But I think you're hiding under that mask because you were never, ever over there.
You're looking at the heart.
Gorgeous Gary Young against Randy Rhodes. We're about ready for competition after a possible souvenir. And I think Mr. Rhodes is a little bit intimidated by the tickling techniques of Gorgeous Gary Young. An early contender for Pout of the Year by Randy Rhodes. Rhodes scurries. Gorgeous Gary Young firmly in control of this matchup so far. That's because Randy Rhodes is a little bit leery of getting in with a gorgeous one. Battle of Texas and Oklahoma here. Young from Houston, Texas. Randy Rhodes hailing from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Claims to have tried out with the Tulsa Drillers. He says catcher, he looks more like a backstop, however. Oh, nice shot by Gorgeous Gary Young. Well, that's once again another early contender for an upset look. Looks like he might need some digestive medicine there. Gary Young scoring points early. James Beard says, let's get into action, and we finally do. Collar and elbow tie-up between the two gentlemen. Rhodes tries to pick up Young once, twice, no. This is how you do it as he gets the big man up, brings him down. Rhodes, who claims to be around the 230 mark, more like the 290 mark, going against Gorgeous Gary Young, and Rhodes looking for a little chiropractic help, and now looking for a peace sign. Offering a hand of friendship was Randy Rhodes. Randy Rhodes a little bit upset, and the fans have some pity for him. But don't look now. Gary Young taking advantage, and hello. Rhodes with somewhat a forced bow. Young has Rhodes cornered. Rhodes comes out with a boot, follows it up with a forearm. Now he's confident. His eyes I saw that one coming out of right field, and here's another one. Right to the side of the head. Rhodes measures, aims, fires, and may have hurt his hand in the process. Young says, I'm going to take the best of this. Series of forearms to the big chest of Rhodes. Rhodes tried to avoid it, and the elbow sends Rhodes down to the mat. Rhodes takes a respite. Still to come, we'll see the Patriot in action also. The Royal Family. Jacko Victory, Rip Morgan, going against the team of Jeff Gaylord and Terry Garvin. Rhodes makes his way back into the ring. The lockup. Clean break. No, Rhodes will take him out, send him over to the other corner. Rhodes comes in, but the boot was waiting for the chin. Rhodes going, gone. Young with a cover, count of 2. But the kick out by Rhodes successful there. Rhodes tries to send Young out and does. Young on the apron, able to roll back in. Rhodes with a series of stomps now goes to using the fist. Right hook by Randy Rhodes. A couple handfuls of hair, direct contact into the turnbuckle. Rhodes thinks he's got this one won. More handfuls of hair. Knee to the midsection. Randy Rhodes. Now using the top rope. Adding the half Nelson locked in there. Slingshots him off the ropes and struts around. Gorgeous Gary Young may be in trouble here from the big man from Tulsa. Side headlock. Rhodes is going to go for a bulldog here. Gets him set up. Oh, no! Pushing him off. Gorgeous Gary Young. Sets him up. Gets the big man up. Takes him down. Trying to get 300 pounds is a lot tougher to get it up. Gets him with a drop kick. That one is effective. Knee to the forehead. Young sends Rhodes over. High knee. Well done. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3. The high knee works for the gorgeous one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Gary Young.
We'll see Brian Adias against the nature boy of the 90s next.
Hello, I'm Hulk Hogan, and I just finished my newest film, where you're going to see a brand new me.
How do you know which ones are the right ones?
You have to squeeze it a bit.
I think you'll like this kinder,
Shut up.
gentler Hulkster. I mean, we all have to move on, don't we?
Suburban Commando, rated PG.
See you at a theater near you.
Bad credit can happen to anyone, but don't be embarrassed by it. Call Delta Financial Services. If you can't get the money you need for a first or second mortgage, bill consolidation, personal loan, or whatever reason, call Delta. We'll take your application over the phone. We've got the sources who have the money to lend, and they'll make loans when others won't, from $1,000 to $200,000. So don't wait until your credit problems get completely out of hand. Get the money you need. Call Delta Financial Services today.
2 races remain, and Michael Andretti is in position to capture his first IndyCar championship. But Bobby Rahal and Al Unser Jr. will try to stop him at the Bosch Spark Plug Grand Prix, Sunday, live on ESPN.
The nature boy of the 90s, Buddy Landell, Finally, the talking is done, as he has been my guest color commentator. Now he's going to try action in the ring, going against Brian Adias. Adias, who was a track star at the University of Texas at Arlington, may have to put on the track shoes to keep up with Buddy Landell. With the ring of the bell, we're underway. Side headlock, and Landell turns it into a hammerlock, quickly taken back by Adias. Chain wrestling moves, back and forth they go. Who's going to get the advantage? It's Brian Adias. Adias puts the knee into the upper back of the nature boy of the 90s, Buddy Landell. Brian Adias going to work on the body part. In this case, the shoulder and arm on the left side, now moves it into a side headlock. Landell throws him off, sends him into the ropes. Shoulder block, sends the nature boy down. Landell, hello, and down to the mat he goes. Adias up, nobody home there. Crossbody block, getting a little bit of momentum off the bottom rope. And Landell not able to defend against the moves of Brian Adias. Arm lock by Adias. Landell will get out of it by moving Adias back into the corner. James Rule tries to call for the break, but Landell with the best of it. Chop by Landell. The nature boy of the 90s now taking charge after Adias had used good scientific wrestling moves to gain the advantage. Now it's Landell with a little bit of brawling tactics, taking the best of the man from Lake Dallas, Texas. Ask the cameraman to get in close on that one. Landell has yet to use a scientific wrestling move since taking advantage. Series of boots to the midsection. Adias has had enough. He says, I can brawl if you want to brawl. Landell in the corner. Chop by Adias. Right by Adias. Nature Boy visits the turnbuckle once, twice, and now 3 times. Landell gets to visit the white turnbuckle. Now the blue. Only way to go is down and out. An elbow right into the midsection. Landell going up to the higher elevations. This ride is short-lived. Down to the mat goes Buddy Landell, courtesy of Brian Adias. Adias goes for the cover. There's a count of 1, gets 2. Adias goes back up, misses the knee. Unforced error may give Landell the opportunity. Landell going for the figure 4, moving the leg into position, and he's got it locked in. Adias trying to reach the ropes. Landell has it locked in. James Rule checking on Adias. And now Landell has the top rope, putting the extra leverage. Adias in pain, count of 1. Adias trying to fight out. Once again, Landell with the extra leverage. Now going in to the 2nd minute of pain in the form of the figure 4. It will be broken as James Rule sees the extra leverage being used by Buddy Landell. Adias working with one bad wheel here. Adias going against a healthy Landell, and Landell now going to try to take some of the wind out. The big boot right on the neck. Adias. Outside of the ring, Landell is going to come out. No escape for Brian Adias. The chops. As Landell will break the count by getting back into the ring. Brian Adias, who is in the figure 4 leg lock for almost 2 minutes, now will try to take care of the leg of Buddy Landell. Into the post. Adias getting a second win. Landell now trying to get up. And Adias going back to some nasty tactics. Adias with 2 kicks onto the left leg of Buddy Landell. Adias pulling the nature boy of the 90s into the middle of the ring. Gets him with the toe hold. Has it spun in and locked, putting pressure on the knee and the hamstring. But Landell somehow gets the hand into the eye. Landell, although favoring the leg, still able to take advantage. And now moving into the rear chin lock. Landell will send Adias into the rope. Sleeper hold. Does he have it locked in? No. Adias now tries to lock in the sleeper hold. But Landell ducks, able to use the top turnbuckle. Adias not feeling the effects, however, as he sets him up. Hip toss out of the corner. Adias gonna go up the ropes. Climbs onto the first one. On to number 2. Adias may be waiting too long as Landell gets the knees up. Buddy Landell goes into the corner. Comes down with the elbow. Count of 1, count of 2, leg is locked for 3. The nature boy of the 90s with the win.
Now the winner of the match, Nature Boy, Buddy Landell.
Be playing your favorite songs all season at the Arboretum in Harbor Springs.
Looking for a deal on blockbuster entertainment? Then check out the hits on Showtime. Showtime has over 70 hit movies each month, boxing, comedy, family shows, and more. Subscribe to Showtime now and get free video rentals from Blockbuster Video. Don't miss this blockbuster of a deal. Order now. Showtime. We entertain you like no one can.
Greg Johnson back at ringside, and it looks like Wild Bill Irwin sees Conan Chris Walker as a threat.
Wild Bill Irwin, you haven't seen Conan Chris Walker get upset. Global Wrestling Federation, you're darn right I'm going to be a threat. I'm not going to take any more of this abuse, not from you or anybody else. Luckily, I got a good friend here that comes...
Well, Bill Irwin, let me tell you something. I realize we participate in a very violent, rough, physical sport. But when you take a whip and you try to choke the life out of a man, you've gone too far. You've overstepped any boundary of decency, and it's not going to be tolerated. And you're doggone right, I'm going to come to the aid of any fellow American, any red-blooded human being that I see being treated that way. So, Bill Irwin, you better watch yourself, my friend, because no more. No, the games are over.
Well, it's obvious that while Bill Irwin sees this man as a threat, but with a friend like the Patriot, you know help's not too far away. We'll be back with more after this.
You've got the edge with 6 rich lubricants for less irritation. You've got the edge.
There aren't any fax machines or PCs to help you at this job. And your career path is largely determined by the mood of your horse. So why would anyone choose to work up here in the mountains? Maybe it's the fringe benefits.
Wednesday night, find out how the West is won. 30-30 man Ron Gant and Dave Justice lead the Braves charge for the NL West title against the Reds. The pennant chase heats up live on ESPN Wednesday Night Baseball.
Shining through from sea to shining sea, the Patriot making his way into the ring to take on Tug Taylor. What a popular wrestler the Patriot has been since arriving on the scene in the Global Wrestling Federation. Goes right to work, trying to take care of business against the much bigger Tug Taylor. Taylor does not know how to approach the man who bears the stars and stripes. But you can tell that the fans know how to greet him. The lockup into the armbar by the Patriot. Taylor sees the only way out, going to the rope, but no way out there. Backdrop. The big man goes down, and the clothesline by the Patriot. Tug Taylor taking inventory. Taylor eyeing the Patriot. Collar and elbow turning into the spinning arm lock once again by the Patriot, now into the arm bar. Taylor picks up the Patriot, but the Patriot holds on, pulling over the big Tug man. Taylor breaks the hold by getting a foot on the rope. And you can tell that Taylor is frustrated. Taylor doesn't know quite how to answer the fans or how to answer the taller man, although as far as weight is concerned, not quite the bigger man. And Taylor will try to take him off his feet.
Come on, All-American boy! Come on!
Taylor sends the Patriot into the turnbuckle. Tug Taylor putting his weight behind the big chop. Now the chop to the throat. As the Patriot being punished by the man from Clinton, Iowa. The Patriot trying to fight back. Taylor gets the side headlock. Patriot throws him off into the rope. Cartwheel. No, nobody home there, but there's a clothesline. Patriot taking him down. Going up to the higher elevations. The Patriot missile takes Tugboat down. Here comes Irwin. Irwin from behind. Irwin now trying to whip up on the Patriot. You don't do this to the red, white, and blue. And now Irwin choking him with that whip. Wild Bill Irwin Walker. Walker comes in, sends Wild Bill Irwin scurrying. A dangerous situation, courtesy of Wild Bill Irwin. We'll be back.
Until now, you haven't seen the real NFL.
Missile fire! Right now you go for the jugular.
Now, through hidden cameras and hidden microphones,
I hate them college guys.
you'll discover the hidden NFL. The NFL you've never seen before video, only from Sports Illustrated.
I like that old time rock and roll. Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs. Have some fun.
The hidden NFL video is the perfect Christmas gift for anyone.
I forgot about the pre-match ritual. The Royal Family, a team that captured pretty much all the tag team titles down in New Zealand. Facing the group from the USA, and even more popular, the fact that Terry Garvin and Jeff Gaylord, fan favorites here at the Global Dome. Rip Morgan to face off against Terry Garvin to get things underway. Morgan tried to get the headlock, and luckily for Garvin, he ducked out of the way. Rip Morgan, who went into the bush country of New Zealand for 2 years to get ready to enter the sport of professional wrestling, may have had a little bit more luck chasing down animals than he's had in chasing down Terry Garvin, but the big man now setting in the forearms. The southpaw from the land down under. Morgan sends Garvin into the corner, but Garvin gets the thrust kick. Garvin with the drop kick. Off the rope, sends Morgan scurrying, but didn't take the big man off his feet. Rake of the eyes by Rip Morgan. Double axe handle. Morgan comes down with a right boot, sending Garvin outside the ring. Watch out for victory. Jacko Victory adds a boot as Garvin will try to make his way back into the ring. Terry Garvin out of Louisville, Kentucky. Facing a size disadvantage here. Gets the tag to Jeff Gaylord. Don't look now, Rip. There's a Missouri Tiger, and he's ready to pounce right about now. Gaylord sends Morgan in the corner, down, set, height. But Gaylord never ran into a line like that. Here comes Jacko Victory. Clothesline. An awesome clothesline from the American expatriate. We'll get into that as we go on in the match. Now trying to take the best of the 1981 All-American out of the University of Missouri. Jacko Victory quoted in a recent Match Day magazine as saying that he found American tag team partners unreliable. Likes the New Zealand work habit and has teamed up with Rip Morgan for a powerful tag team. But speaking of power, the power of Jeff Gaylord. Man who holds the Big 8 bench press record, never had to deal with somebody pulling his hair while lifting the weights, and that's where Jacko Victory gets the advantage. Victory calling from a calling for assistance. The sole of the boot of Rip Morgan. There's the tag. Victory keeping Gaylord in the middle of the ring. Here comes Morgan to add some more punishment. Morgan now going to work on the left arm and now just punishing. Gaylord sends Morgan back into the corner with a series of shots. And now Garvin trying to fight, but the fight is taken out of him. Misses with a clothesline. Oh! Over the top and out. The top rope, not a disqualification rule in the Global Wrestling Federation. Victory sends Garvin down. Terry Garvin, who flew over the top rope when it was pulled down by Jacko Victory. Tries to make his way back in, but met by Victory. And now, watch out, Victory sends him into the apron. This team is just out to punish. And they are punishing Terry Garvin. They said they want to rule the tag team scene in the GWF. Right now, they just look like they want to make their opponents, oh my. Took them up, down for 1, 2, that should do it. But Gaylord comes in to break the count. Now double teaming by the Royal family. No, it's just an illegal tag, if you will, as Jacko Victory back in. Victory bringing Garvin over the top rope. And now Morgan with a big leg, punishing Garvin. Fans at ringside at the Global Dome getting very upset at the tactics of the gentleman from Queens Court. What a devastating clothesline by Jacko Victory. That should do it. 1, 2. Gaylord in once again. I think Gaylord's upset at the fact that these two men are just punishing Terry Garvin. Double chop into the throat by Rip Morgan. James Beard has been busy trying to keep order, but it's very tough. With 2 men as devious is down over the top rope. Goes Terry Garvin, courtesy of Rip Morgan. Morgan lays the left into Jeff Gaylord. Gaylord comes in. Double team over the top rope again. And down hard to the floor. Obviously doing their homework are the Royal family, as they know that throwing an opponent over the top rope is not grounds for disqualification. In this case, it's just grounds for punishment. The Wild Men from New Zealand. Garvin with a shoulder block. Gets the sunset flip. Garvin tries to make his way over. Morgan off. As Garvin tried to power his way up, Morgan set him down. Victory with a handful of hair. That's uncalled for. Gaylord comes in. He has seen about enough. The Royal family could pin Garvin, it seems, at any time. Picks him up. Morgan brings him down. Rip Morgan trying to pick up the fallen Terry Garvin. Now apply the New Zealander hug. The back has been punished enough by 2 trips over the top rope. The fans would love to see Garvin get the tag to Gaylord. Garvin goes to work on the ears twice. Somehow breaks the hold, but the tag comes in, and Garvin meets up with Jack Victory in the toughest kind of way. The team from New England punishing Terry Garvin. Garvin needs a tag desperately. Snapmare. Victory picks him up by the head and throws him over the top rope. Now Morgan, down in front of our broadcast position, picks him up and the lower back into the metal pole. Morgan and Victory. Watch out for Morgan outside the ring. Puts them back in for more punishment. Snapmare again. The Royal Family, maybe he's ready to pin the man now. He gets him with a chop. 1, but once again, Gaylord breaks the count. It's all Jeff Gaylord can do, but to control himself. Punishment once again. Garvin doing his best to get out. Chops to the side. And now, they may be going for the Royal Crush, but Gaylord comes in. He's seen enough. Gaylord comes in, trying to take care of both men. Gets Morgan out of the ring. Going to work on Victory, but watch out for Morgan outside of the ring. Morgan has a chair approaching Jeff Gaylord, but Garvin intercepts and sends Morgan into the post. Garvin comes in with a chair. Morgan grabbed the chair, but we'll have to get the official decision on this. Oh, no. For some reason, I don't think this bothers the Royal Family. They just want to punish their opponents. They don't really care about the win.